Hey guys, no one's on quite yet because I literally just started the live stream. I haven't done a live stream in quite some time, and the reason for that is because usually I'm very busy during the day, but today is an exception because lately we've been having Mondays a game night at our friend's house. I've been trying to get some stuff done prior in that day to make my life easier and make myself feel better later that night. I don't know. Either way, I am now doing them occasionally, hopefully. So today I am doing a get ready with me and a question and answer. So if you have anything you would like to ask me, go on ahead. I will respond to them as honestly as possible. Hopefully you can hear me. like you never know. And yeah. I love you too. So, I don't know if I'm gonna be describing you what I am putting on my face. I don't know. Maybe? First I'm gonna put on Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. But, So, yes, as I explained yesterday in my vlog, I'm just gonna start talking until people get on and start asking me questions. Um, I've been having rough patches with my disorders lately. Um, Not everyone's a makeup girl, so don't worry about it. Um, my particularly my mood swings have been really terrible from extreme aggression to deep depression. And I have been seeing things, but I guess it's minor compared to what I no, it's not really minor. The most newest things I've seen are things that corner my eyes again. Like I saw a pink blob in our friend's bathroom the other day. That was weird. Don't know why I saw that, but I did. And then I saw a deer in the middle of the road in the middle of the night, but it wasn't there. It was just kind of standing there, and when I blinked, it disappeared. Didn't run off, I promise. I'm sorry you're going through some crippling anxiousness. I can't imagine. Well, I can, because I've gone through anxiety. It's so terrible to go through. I can't even. I never want to have to go through that again. So for my anxiety, I just use CBD and I played a lot of video games. Whatever makes yourself feel better, I guess, to help control the anxiety. Anxiety is crippling, like it's terrible. Oh, cool, from Germany. Well, I believe in spiritual stuff. Don't get me wrong. In spirits and other worlds and all that jazz, but I'm pretty sure the things I'm not seeing are a part of that clairvoyancy. Because, well, I just don't think it is. Do I recommend CBD over medication? It depends on the situation. CBD is really good for stress, for sleep deprivation. Did I pronounce that? Probably pronounced that wrong. Anxiety, paranoia. Sometimes I heard. I don't know. It didn't help my paranoia. Um, I wouldn't for major disorders such as like schizophrenia or borderline or mood disorders. It calms you a little bit, depending the dosage, but it doesn't kick it where you're like, I'm totally down for the rest of the day. Mine was like it would go away for a time, and then I would have to vape again, or I would have to have another gummy. So I guess it really depends on the person. If meds are better for you, then stick with your meds, honestly, because they're the problem with people and not wanting to use their meds is because it takes a while for medications to really activate. It takes for medications for the brain situation, like our trans whatever you want, neuros and serotonin, all that stuff. It takes about 6 weeks for them to actually start not kicking in, but really start rearranging things. And on the way there, you have to go through side effects, and the side effects is what bothers people. Like, if you go through side effects, people don't want to deal with it because they're thinking, oh, I'm just getting the worst of it and it's not working. But you have to get through the side effects, which can take about 3 to 4 weeks, then wait an additional 2 weeks for it to actually start showing possible signs of helping you. So you just got to remember that when you're taking medication. And hi! It's like right now, I'm taking Prozac now. And Prozac made me feel absolutely nauseated. Like, I felt really sick when I first took it. To the point I had to go out and buy nausea medication and ginger ale and jello and all that because I thought I was going to be vomiting. But 3 days later, I'm starting to feel better now. Like, I'm more awake again, you know. And, hello. That's cool. I don't really think I can pronounce that word. Crochet? Crochet? I don't know how to pronounce words very well, if you can't tell with some of my videos. So, yes, with medication, you just have to be very, you have to stick to it for at least, I would say, at least 2 to 3 months before deciding whether or not it's helping you or if it's not helping you. Because a lot of times you're just going through the side effects mostly first, and then you're like, I don't know. I don't know if you're trying to say physicist or if you're trying to say psychiatrist. Because I don't know if physicists do stuff for mental disorders. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know the science terms for that stuff really. To be honest with you, I'm not that smarts when it comes to that. Well, thank you. It needs to be cut again. It kind of grew out real fast. I got my hair cut back in February, and it's already like, hey, I'm past your shoulders. We need to be cut again. All the hairs needs to be cut again. So if you guys have any questions for me, whether it's... That's my husband. Hey.
Hey, I just want to let you know I'm at lunch.
Okay, I'm filming, so I'll call you back when I'm done.
I can tell your light is like blinding half your face.
Yeah.
Like, you're white.
I'm live streaming.
Oh, hi.
Alright, well, I'll let you go.
Bye, baby.
Bye. I had a feeling he was going to call me during this. Yes, if you have any questions for me, whether they're personal, like non-mental health, or if they're mental health, feel free to ask. That was the point of this video, because I have been kind of like, although I've been putting videos up, if you guys do not know and are new to my channel, I film like 5 to 6 videos in one day, and then I edit them throughout the month to put them up. So in reality, you really don't see me in my current situation very often, except for like maybe vlogs, which I put one up last night. So although you guys have been seeing me in reviews, which were filmed last week, I always do it on my best days, and oh, thank you. Yeah, you guys really don't really get to see me in my worst or my issues or whatever. And I get questioned a lot because of it. So, sorry about that. How hard is it to take care of a ferret and a bunny? Oh, at the same time, it can be rather difficult. Having Hades, who is my bunny, they say to let them out and run around for about 2 to 3 hours to even 4 hours, and especially if they're in a small cage like my rabbit is, because we have a small room. The problem with rabbits is they like to chew, and mine likes to chew the carpet and everything else. So you have to make sure you have enough toys for the bunny to get distracted by, or just keep an eye on them, or spray them with water when you notice they're doing something wrong. And my bunny, because he follows the name Hades very closely, likes to pee on the carpet, or poop over there, or play in the litter boxes, or he always finds something to get into. Do you think you can survive living without medication? No. No. A lot of people think that that's possible, especially for people who are diagnosed with schizophrenia or schizoaffective. It's not really possible. You're going to get worse with age and stress. And and it does. Definitely for me, I noticed throughout the years it's gotten a lot worse. I don't think I could live without it. Quite frankly, the episodes get worse, the hallucinations get worse, the voices get worse, the mood swings get worse. Everything just gets worse with age and stress, and it's really bad. Okay, do you think schizophrenia is hereditary? My boyfriend is iffy about having kids because he doesn't want to pass on. Thank you for liking my channel. I've heard it is. I heard it's very minor. I heard, but it can be hereditary. Schizophrenia can be hereditary. I don't remember the percentage, so do not quote me on percentage. I'm not going to even give you a percentage. Your best bet is to look that up. That's actually one of the reasons why I don't want to have children, personally, because I am afraid of them seeing, hearing, experiencing, going through what I have and am going through. And that's why I just plan on adopting. That's my plan. When I'm financially stable and mentally stable, I would like to adopt, preferably from China, because I've always wanted to adopt from there. It is hard sometimes to understand real life versus non-real life. I realize that it's hard sometimes to be on time and take care of myself. It is very hard, especially when you start getting into that mind frame where your brain's like, hey, by the way, you don't know what is which. Do your pets ever try to help you when you're upset? Any cute animal stories? Yes, Anubis actually. Barbosa used to do it the most. Barbosa is my oldest cat. We found it on the train tracks. He used to come up to me whenever I had a mood disorder issue. Stop sending me stuff. You know I'm filming, Zach. Men. He would come up to me whenever he noticed I was angry or depressed, and he would just kind of like hit me with his butt. And Anubis now does it instead. Whenever I am going through an episode, I usually like cower in that corner. Actually, it's a very small corner. Whenever I'm going through any episode, I like to cower in a corner somehow. And I don't know. Maybe it's just instinctual to protect yourself when you're surrounded by stuff. But he comes up and starts meowing at me and rubs against me. When it comes to my anger, I actually have to push him away because my anger gets really bad. And I don't think I'm gonna hurt anyone when it comes to my anger, and I really don't believe I would. But I always encourage Zach to keep them away from me just in case, because you never know when it comes to these disorders. You can't exactly control them. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Like, I don't even know how to feel about this. Thank you. They would try to help you. Are you multitasking? Yes, I am multitasking. That's what I do with my life. That's actually how I handle my episodes when I hear voices. I multitask to really distract my brain. It's just better for me if I do it. I like to think that I would be a good mom. I know. Thank you so much for the money. I really not expecting money or donations. Like, even putting up a Patreon, I was like, this is probably not going to get me anything. I really don't want to ask people for money, but this will help me pay for my doctors and my psychiatrist, which I need to see a psychologist eventually, and all this stuff while I'm still trying to get disability. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't think you guys quite understand how much I appreciate you guys in general, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be at 7,000 subscribers and more, and I wouldn't be where I'm in life because you guys have given me such great advice about what I should do, how to handle situations, especially in my vlogs. I owe you guys a lot. Continuing with the pet situation. Someone asked about the ferret and the bunny. The ferret. My ferret is like every other ferret. They like to get into everything. Like, before we had gotten our ferret, which my mother and father actually purchased the ferret for me because I used to have ferrets and I was in love with ferrets. I had purchased new gym shoes because mine were getting old. And my ferret found them and literally destroyed them, and now they're underneath the hutch. destroyed. Like, have holes all over them. The padding inside are destroyed. Couldn't wear them if I wanted to. So, just be careful because you don't know what ferrets will like. Like, I tried buying her a whole bunch of cat toys and dog toys because ferret toys are a little bit expensive. She just ignores all of that and goes for the shoes. Like, nothing else, just the shoes. And she'll mess with the rabbit, which the rabbit doesn't like when she messes with him. So they're always fighting against the cage. Sometimes she'll play in the litter box also. She always poops in the corner, and she's smart about it. Like, when we see her go over the corner, we pick her up and we put her in the cage because we know she's going to go and poop in that corner. She goes over to her corner and she poops in the cage and pretends to poop in the cage. And then we let her out thinking she pooped, and then runs over there and poops anyways. Like, why are you so smart? And yeah, ferrets. So just be careful with ferrets. We don't let our ferrets underneath our bed, though. We have a huge fence that goes around this entire area, and it keeps fur from going underneath the bed because we don't want them chewing up into the bed. Oh, thank you. I like to think that I have some kind of intelligence. Oh no, it's glitching out. Why is it every time I'm filming these things glitch out? So if you guys have not streamed with me before, I have a problem where my computer or something starts glitching out. And I don't know why. And I think it actually is my computer. It starts doing a red dot. Gotta figure out how to fix that. Red dot. I heard about this before. Something with... It's with the camera, I know that. But I don't know how to fix it other than turning it off. Have you seen Austin Powers? Yeah, who hasn't seen Austin Powers? How many cats do I have? Myself, and not including my parents' cats, I have 2. Sorry for it glitching out. I am so sorry for it. Like I said, it's my computer, and I don't know how to fix it. And yeah. Yeah, I have 2 cats in a household of, I think, 6 or 7. I like Mike Myers. I heard that he can be really nasty to meet in person. Like, I don't know if it's because he's mean or if he's selfish or greedy or whatever, but I heard that he's not a nice guy in person. But I like his work. I like Austin Powers. My girlfriend was axe murderer or something like that. That was a good one. Am I upset with the last Game of Thrones season? Yes, severely. Like, I will not joke around with this when I say this. When I say, every single episode of last season, except for maybe the first one, had caused me an actual mood issue. Like, I had a mood episode. Like, I was depressed. I was apathetic. I became angry. I became outraged. I was just a mess after every single episode. And my dad was like, "What's going on? What's going on with you?" Because my dad doesn't believe in mental disorders. So, although, you know, we're going through dementia with my grandmother right now, too. So, I can't believe you're not making Game of Thrones anymore. Like, what will I do? I don't know. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's just upset you so much. It's very upsetting though. It's not that upsetting anymore. I'm angry with the fact about what happened in Game of Thrones, but it's not gonna end me. There's always the books. Hopefully, the books will have a better explanation of why it ends the way it does compared to the rushness they did. Like, even if it ends that way, coolio. But at least George R.R. Martin will explain it and lead us to it in a better fashion than what D&D has done this season. They're just kind of like, here, have this. And now everyone's like, you should be angry. It's a great TV show. You should like it anyways. It's just entertainment. Well, it's also rushed and poorly put together. Okay, I got a hair on my nose. Again, sorry for the glitch. Just keep asking me questions and I'll keep answering them. I don't think my camera's gonna come back. Sorry for that. I don't know how to fix that. About the nice lady that I've been to her house. Oh, who gave me all that stuff. So Whew, I don't even know if I should be talking about it, honestly, but at the same time, I should. Um, so I learned that that little nice lady, whose name is Ganya, um, the reason why she invited us over is because she was actually obsessed with one of Zach's friends. And she wanted to get, she was with him, and she wanted to get back with him because he broke up with her. And so she was actually, we learned, this is factual. I'm not saying this, I'm just making this up. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to ruin what's going on. Because I know some people from their job do actually watch me. So I can't exactly release too much information until Zach's in a comfortable situation to release that information. So learned that she was actually using us to get to him because he had broken up with her and she wasn't happy with it. So she was actually going around the store after she got back to the store and was making up these lies. I'm not gonna say what about the guy in hopes, for some reason, I think in hopes to get him back, but in reality it didn't. It like ruined a lot of things for him. Like it could potentially cause him a lot of problems in the future because of what she did. Um so who knows? I can't exactly say any more than that though. Do you like neon makeup? I like it. I wouldn't be good at putting it on. Where is my? There it is. I don't think I would be good at putting it on at least. Do you like neon makeup? Cause I think it's pretty cool. Some of these beauty gurus put it on so amazingly, but if I put it on, like it's gonna look like a hot mess. I need to practice more before I put it on. And I was trying to practice my makeup looks before I put them up on this channel, because you should know what you're doing before you try to do a tutorial on it. But that's just my opinion. Can you guys not hear me anymore? Is that what's going on also? Because it got real quiet in the comments section. My opinion on DID and schizophrenia. I don't know much about split personality. Um, so what I do know is I do know it can sometimes cause hallucinations. I do know it can cause mood swings. I do know it causes split personalities, obviously. But schizophrenia is not a split personality. Schizophrenia is you're hearing voices in your head that is not of different personalities of yourself or many of you inside your brain. It's voices that are either familiar to you or not familiar to you, that are aggressive usually, and just hammer at you, and then you see things and you hear things. There's a big difference between split personality and schizophrenia, and a lot of times people get that mixed up, and I think it's because of the way uh, DID is explained. It's explained as split personality, and schizophrenia literally means split mind. So I think that the two are kind of accidentally put together. Yeah, I'm sorry about the screen, guys. I don't know. Every time I hit like a 15-minute mark, it does this, and I can't seem to figure out how to fix it. Do you recognize voices after a while? No, actually, my voices have always never been familiar to me. There is one that I heard when I was little that was familiar with me, and that was Brooklyn, that I had mentioned in my voices video of the Gargoyle Brooklyn. He used to be like kind of a good moral kind of voice in my head. And then it switched to multiple voices all at once, both male and female, just mixed together talking at once. Um those were mostly aggressive and mean and cruel and very intrusive and pushy. And then I also have another one that sounds more feminine that actually kind of just like warns me about things. Like kind of like how they explain a woman's intuition. Like a woman just gets it like a feeling. This is like to me it's like a voice intuition that like warns me like, hey, watch out for this. And it's usually right. Like it creeps me the fuck out. um, no, I don't think it's an angel. I don't think it's a ghost. I just think that maybe it's working with the woman's intuition and just always getting it right somehow. I think it's ironic also because it always gets Zach. Like, whenever he does something wrong, it tells me exactly when he's doing it and how he's doing it, and I come in right at that moment and I catch him in the guard. And he's like, oh, how did you know? I don't know. I'm not uncomfortable talking about anything really. If you haven't noticed with my channel, I'm very honest about everything. I just don't know DID very well. Like I don't know even to the point where I don't even know how to pronounce it properly. Like is it dissociative identity disorder? I think that's how you pronounce it. And I just that's why I call it split personality instead because I don't want to mess it up. Have you ever recorded your episodes for your own personal research or psychologist? I used to back in 2016, but they were so depressing for me to watch that I deleted them. Um like they were heartbreaking to see. And a lot of times when I'm going through my schizophrenic episodes, they don't you don't think about stuff like that, like filming yourself. You don't think at all about that stuff. You don't even bother with it. It's not in your mind. It's not something you process. And the only time I've ever done it was with my mood disorders when my mood starts really kicking in and I just kind of film myself and it was dark. I didn't want to see it, so I deleted it. Now I actually write down what kind of episodes I have when I have them in the day, and I write down what they are, what I saw, what I heard, what I was angry about, and I write them down and I keep them in a calendar so I can see how often they occur and what I'm going through during those time periods, maybe to see if there's a secession I'm going through, etc. But that's what I do now. I don't really journal them anymore. I just put them in a calendar so I can record them better and see them. Um, let's see, where did I leave off? I don't want. Can talking about the voices trigger an episode? Um, I don't think for me personally, because now I'm on medication, so they kind of keep quiet. They get really bad when I'm thinking a lot about things that I shouldn't be thinking about, but not to the point where I'm really concerned unless if they really start kicking in. They haven't kicked in a while because of the medication, but I did notice that I've been having visual hallucinations more compared to the voices. The last time I heard the voices was I think it was last month. I think it was like the beginning of the last month, and Zach and I don't know if I actually talked about it. Zach and I got into a huge fight, and I heard voices and everything like that. And like I was walking the streets, just like in my pajamas, distraught, and I heard the voices. They were as bad as they used to be, and it scared me, and I just had to get away. And just basically walked it off. They didn't stop for until 2 hours later. But they were pretty bad, and they haven't really done anything since that I can recall. I've heard there's research that some mental disorders involving voices could be the timing part of the brain being unlinked. In other words, you hear your own thoughts, but many seconds later. I don't think that because I don't really think what they talk about. There's some things that they say that I wouldn't really even have considered. Like, I really don't want to commit suicide. And they're like, hey, you should do it anyways. You know what I'm saying? Or, man, I really love my husband. And they're like, no, you don't. You fucking hate him. Stop that. Stop liking people. Everyone hates you. No one likes you. You're annoying. And they just kind of go on a rant. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't think that I'm thinking those thoughts And sometimes when they do come out, it's not what I'm thinking like at all. Like I'm watching TV and working and I'm not my brain's like focused on editing and all this other stuff. And it all of a sudden, hey, how you doing? By the way, I don't like you and you're stupid and you're you don't make any sense in life and stuff like that makes no sense to you. Why would you be thinking that when you're busy doing something else, in my opinion? How old were you when you heard your first voice or saw your first hallucination? If you conclude the Brooklyn voice when I was little, I think I was 3 or 4 when I first heard him. When they escalated to a group of voices that became aggressive, that occurred in when I was 9 or 10, because I had lost a friend. Not like she died or anything. She stopped being my friend for a boyfriend instead, and it really affected me. Like it really triggered me, and then I started hearing voices after that. Like Brooklyn became these multiple voices that were just mean and cruel, and they wanted me to like punish them and get revenge and hurt them and everything like that. And I never did anything, but it was pretty traumatizing. And then they just continued from there, just stuck with me. My first hallucination, I couldn't tell you honestly, because oftentimes I saw things and I questioned whether or not I saw them or not, so I really didn't know. If I could recall, probably when I was 14, I probably saw something. I had my bedroom door open, I had the hallway light on, and I was going through like schoolwork or something like that. And I saw something like someone run across the hallway when everyone else was asleep, and it was no one who could fit the description in my house. Like it was like a little girl almost. It was freaky. Do you feel like it was traumatizing? Uh, for the first voice turning into the multiple voice, yes, I thought that was very traumatizing. It spooked me out, like I didn't understand. But at the same time, I was so angry at the fact that she had betrayed me for a boy that I was like, you know what? These voices are right. I should get revenge, but I never did because I was 9. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I think what I did most is I took his helmet from his bicycle and I like threw it in a bush. And I was like, here, now you can't drive with on your bike with your helmet on. Now you're gonna get in trouble. And that was the extent of my revenge. That doesn't tell you something. Let's see. Um, Yeah, where there are bad thoughts when it comes and makes no sense. I have the same thing, and that it needs to forget them and not think about them clear mind. How are you today? I am extremely hungry today. It's one of those days where no matter what you eat, you're always hungry, regardless of the situation. So that's my day today. It's battling the hunger, and I'm doing pretty good actually. I had to run an errand. I had to go to my sister's house because she's up in Wisconsin right now, visiting family, and my mother and I had to take care of her cats. So we had to go to her house and take care of her cats, and that's why I didn't know what time I was going to be on today. And after I'm done putting makeup on, I have to film, and then I have to go pick up Zach and go to a friend's house today because we play board games every Monday. So far a good day, I guess. How did my parents react? When I first told them that I was hearing voices when I was 15, 16 years old, my parents didn't believe me. They thought I was making it up. Um, they just thought I was acting out and I was just doing this for attention. And at the time was also trying to commit suicide and my arms were cut up bad. Like my arm, you can't see now because the camera's not working, but my left arm is covered in scars because of that time period. And they basically didn't believe me, and they took everything from me. Like I was grounded for like a month, and ever since then, every time I have an episode, I keep it to myself. I would lock myself in a closet and just try my best to keep it from everyone. And then I got with my girlfriend. She helped me through it and everything like that. And then I finally went to a I had a potential seizure in senior year 2009, and I went to a neurologist who then sent me to a psychologist because I told her about the voices, and he told my parents that I was a paranoid schizophrenic. And my dad didn't believe it. My mom still didn't believe it fully, and then I went back to psychiatrists recently, not recently, back in 2015, and we got it confirmed again that I was of some sort of schizophrenia with a possible mood disorder. And my mom started really believing it after that. My dad, on the other hand, he doesn't exactly believe in mental disorders. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe you can't control what you hear or see in your brain, or etc. etc. So my dad still isn't a complete believer. And whenever I try talking about it, he kind of just ignores me about it, which kind of sucks because you want to talk to the people you love about it, so you have someone to like console in. Do you think you will tell your adopted children about your schizophrenia or anything? Yeah, of course I plan on talking about it. I feel like more generations should know about these things so then if they run into people who have these issues, they know how to handle it. For example, my husband, who works at a store, ran into a guy who was schizophrenic and was in a dissociated episode, and he actually knew what to do because he knew about it with me, knew how to take care of me, and he knew what to do and how to handle the situation, keep everyone calm, and get him back to his original caretaker because he had wandered off. And he knew exactly what to do, and I would like for my children to know that. So then if someone has a mental disorder, even if it's physical or an actual mental disorder, they know how to handle it. Treat them with respect and appreciation and passion and love, and not like, well, you're weird, you have these issues, what's wrong with you? They actually have a sense of, I understand what you're going through. If there anything you need, I can help you with, be respectful and a proper human being. Say hi the white. Why? Oh, hi the white. I was like, why? Then I saw your name. They didn't notice it before. Told them. No, they didn't. I don't know why. I mean, I would talk to no one in my room. Like talk to myself in my room. I would come up with my own languages. I had a speech impediment for a good majority of my life. I still kind of do, but it's definitely died down a lot. Um, I definitely had a harder time with school. I had a lot of things that kind of signaled something was going on with me, but I guess I just didn't think of anything about it. Did you look? Did you have a local NAMI mental health group to meet up with? Probably do, but I don't really have. I don't know if it costs money to do that. And right now, my psychiatrist decided to raise the bill of our self pay payment. It was 150, now it's 175. So, I mean, I can pay for it, don't get me wrong, but I think I need to start seeing a psychologist also so I can get tested better. So when I get my disability questioned and everything like that, I have proper ways to say, "Hey, here it is. Here's the proof." Having a YouTube channel has probably helped so many other people understand it too. Yeah, I that's the whole point of why I do it, is to educate people and make them see that it's not a stigma that everyone makes it seem to be. My sister. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry that she has to go through that. Aw, thank you for being my biggest fan. um, will you please share the signs that you're about to have another mental episode? Signs? Oh, jeez. Oh, geez, I don't know because they kind of happen out of nowhere. There's really no signs for an episode when it comes to schizophrenia. At least it just happens. You hear voices suddenly, you see things suddenly. It's not like, warning, in 5 seconds you're about to see something. It's not like my hair sticks up or something like that. It's not like my eyes dilate. It happens. For the anger is, I will tell Zach when I start feeling angry, and I'll tell him, just be careful. My anger started to escalate. And then how I feel it is like, I have always described it as when my anger gets worse, it like feels like venom is going through my veins, like a hot venom is going through my veins. And that's how I know it goes from anger to an extreme anger. And it's an uncontrolled anger. I can't control what I'm saying or what I do during those anger episodes. So for that, I always kind of give a warning when I feel it. For the depression, I can't control that either. Keep up the fight against mental illness. Excuse me. No money is like AA group talks. Oh, I have to look into that then. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that down. Where's my pen? Pen. Okay. NAMI groups. I'll definitely look into it because anything that can help will help me. So, I love your videos. Thank you. Do you have any thought broadcasting or thought insertion? I don't think so. We cannot choose what we were born to, and we can choose where we're going from here. So probably in 5 more minutes, I will get off because I will be hitting the 45-minute mark, and I'm supposed to be calling my husband to ask him how his day is, but when you really want to talk to your husband, you really don't want to at the same time, because all you hear is bad stuff about work. Do you think your dad has mental issues, but he chooses to ignore them because he's ashamed of it? I don't think he has mental issues. I think that he has a pride situation going on where he doesn't like to think that currently if someone talks or gives an opinion that is not his and he does not approve of, he just cuts it off and says, it's whatever, it's not, this and that. Yeah, it's frozen. I'm sorry. After the 15-minute mark, for some reason it freezes. I gotta get it fixed somehow. I don't know how to fix it. So I don't think he has a disorder, but I do know that my grandma on my dad's side, my dad's mom, she's suffering from dementia now, and so now I know that runs in our family. So it's something rough going through because she's like, it's hard to see her go through that. Oh, I'm glad I make your day. I gotta tell my husband to start feeling like that. No, I'm joking. He does. He tells me that every single day. Don't worry. I'm just busting his balls because it's my job. So yeah. So how you guys been? I'm sorry that I haven't been doing vlogs. I've been like trying to do only vlogs when it's extremely relevant, so it's not just me ranting. I think I messed up my brows. Oh well. Will you be making more live videos in the future? Um, Probably. I'm hoping so because the reason why I haven't in a while is because I've been kind of going through symptoms of my medication, and it's just been difficult for me to do anything when I'm on my medication. So when I have days to film, I have to film them quickly and do multiple videos at once. Like I said, about 5 to 6 videos per video. Sorry, per day if I'm filming, and that's a lot of videos to film. So like after that, I'm like dreading sitting down period because you're sitting down the entire time trying to film the video. What's your diet like? Do you try to eat healthy? I'm supposed to. If that doesn't tell you something as it is, I'm supposed, as a person with mental disorders or anyone in general should be eating healthy. Don't get me wrong, but a person who has mental disorders and who's on medication, you should be eating a lot healthier because it helps the chemicals in your body figure itself out easier, and it's helping the not the healing process, but the process of processing going through it, I guess. So you're supposed to be eating healthy. I can't afford healthy food. I'm usually paying for stuff that is pre-made because I don't have time to cook myself food, and Zach doesn't have time to cook us food. But he might be getting a job now that might help us with that current situation. So hopefully, real soon, we'll be getting him that job, and we'll be able to pay for or figure out a budget better, because right now with him potentially might losing his job, we're literally like waiting to see what's happening basically. And we're trying to just eat the cheapest stuff currently. I really hope so too. He already has the job. He just needs to get his license. That's what they told him. You basically have the job. You just need to get your license. So right now he is currently working on getting his license. He passed his logic tests. He has his permit. He's been driving with my father, and he's been driving with me, and he's even been driving with our military friend who's a registered. He was a registered trainer. So he's learning. We're taking his time because we don't want him just rushing into it. How does Zach stay positive and calm when your mental issue starts acting up? He doesn't. I don't know where anyone thought that would happen. No, he he doesn't know how to handle it a lot of times, but he's definitely learning a lot nowadays. I think the reason why he had such difficulties before is because of the stress of his job. Because whenever he's out of work, he does a lot of better, like a lot better. If he has like a couple of days off in a row, he does a lot better. So I think it has to do with the stress of his job that it makes it difficult for him to really like focus and stay positive in any general situation because he's so unhappy with work. So once he like I said, gets out of this job, I guess he'll do better. How bad visual illusion you have? Are they daily or it depends? They come randomly. It doesn't come like on a schedule. It doesn't come like on particular days. It just sometimes I see things, sometimes I don't. So nothing particular. Man, I keep messing up this brow. This brow's like, hey girl, we're not doing this today. It's probably because I'm talking at the same time. It's like, you don't know how to put a brow on. I'm supposed to be filming after this, but my brow's like, girl, not happening. It's just gonna have to do. I've been working on my eyebrows for the last 20 minutes. That's usually not a thing for me. So, I was supposed to leave like a minute ago. So, thank you for all your questions. I will definitely try to do more live videos again. I'm sorry for the delay on them. Like I said, I was just going through months of issues where it just became hard to do anything. So, I will try to get back into them maybe every Monday, maybe. It depends on our whatever we get our job into. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your questions and thank you for being so sweet and following me. I really owe you guys a lot. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye. Oh, now it comes back. Seriously?